Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joemer and I'm a Google software engineer. Today I'm going to go into productivity tips that got me through school and helped me land my dream job. Let's jump right into it. The first tip that I have is to put your phone as far away as you can. Whenever we're trying to be productive or do something important, 9 times out of 10, our phones are going to be distracting. So get rid of it, give it to somebody, put it in a different room in your house, anything that gets it away from where you're currently trying to work. It's important to understand what defines a procrastinator. Procrastination only happens when there's distractions that take you away from what you're supposed to do. And in that sense, you were never really a procrastinator. It was mostly your environment that made you distracted. Things like subconsciously picking up a phone that's near you, or having your laptop with several different tabs on YouTube or social media. And so there's lots of things that you can do to make your environment better for focusing, but we're just going to start with our phones. And it's going to feel uncomfortable to not have distractions, to not have your phone, and you're going to have moments when you start to look for it. In times like that, it's important to try and remember why you don't have your phone, remember that you're supposed to be doing something else, and try to stay on task. My next tip is to sleep for 8 hours. I used to sleep for 6 hours for the past 20 years, and it's only been recently that I learned what 8 hours felt like. And it was absolutely insane how much better I felt waking up after 8 hours of sleep versus the 6 hours. And there's a bunch of science behind what makes a good sleep, but the most important thing to know is circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is just another name for our internal 24-hour clock, and it helps us understand our sleep-wake cycle. And even when narrowing down to this one topic, circadian rhythm has a bunch of different scientific findings to explain what exactly happens with it. But what I found accurate was this sleep wheel. So I found this website that I'm going to link in the description below, and what you do is you take the red analog stick and you bring it to when you woke up. This wheel will help you bring awareness to things like realizing when you're going to fall asleep. For me, this was particularly accurate. I tend to fall asleep or feel sleepy towards the 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. mark. And so by simply looking at this wheel, you start to get an idea of when you should be doing more intense tasks and when you should be doing things that are a little bit easier. And so now we know when we should handle intense tasks, but how exactly do we handle it? My third tip should help, which is to break large tasks into smaller tasks. I found that I procrastinated the most when I looked at a task that looked impossible and intense. But if you break a task down, it starts to look a little bit more possible. For example, it's easier to write a sentence than it is to write an essay. So instead of trying to start an essay a day before the deadline, try to start writing the essay the day that you got the assignment. And if I could go back to the past, I would be telling that to my past self too. Just start the assignment early. It's less stress. There's less pressure to get things done, and you probably will have things that will just look a lot better. And the fourth tip is my favorite. Prioritize what's important. And I'm going to say it again because it's that important. Just you and me here. Prioritize what's important. If you want to be a doctor, then your priority should be your grades. If you want to be an artist, then yes, grades are still important, but your priority should be to draw. After my full-time job, I create YouTube videos every week, create my own app, and still try to hang out with friends and family. Most of the time, I can't get to everything. And so it's important to decide where you're going to put your time. Priorities are going to look different for each and every person, but you need to decide what you want. For me, my biggest priority is my family. I work hard to make sure that my family is financially okay, and then after that, my priorities shift towards what I love doing. And so obviously, if I'm spending a lot of time towards working and worrying about things financially, then I'm not going to have as much time to hang out with people. Does that bother me? Yes, I would love to spend more time and hang out with all my friends. But I have something that's a lot more important and something that I want to put a lot of my energy towards, because if I didn't have that one thing that's my top priority, then the other things don't really matter to me as much. Personally, it would bother me to work on the things that I love if I knew that my family wasn't okay. And so in a way, I found my own balance, do a little bit of digging yourself, and find that balance for yourself. Some of these tips are hard to follow, but the rewards are definitely worth it. If you implement any of these tips, you'll be surprised at how productive you can be. Looking back, these are the tips that I wish that I implemented more when I was in school. They definitely would have helped me out a lot more, and they definitely help me out in my career right now. I hope that by creating this video, it helps make school a little bit easier and it helps you get your dream job. If you like this video and want to see more self-improvement content from me, hit the subscribe button. And as always, keep improving, stay productive, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.